What is going on, everyone? My name is Another Radar, and welcome to a PGL video that's kind of a little bit different. I was kind of wanting to give you guys a little bit of an update as to what's going on this week, because as you know, today is Thursday when you are seeing this. It's actually like Sunday when I'm recording this, so there's not going to be a PGL game this week because it is my bye week. I have a bye week in week 5, and then after that it's the rest of the season. And next, there's only 13 games in the season, so the season's almost halfway over, and I'm pretty happy with it. I'm really ecstatic, and I play Sketchy next week, and then I go back to playing Ioku next the week after that. So got some pretty tough games ahead of me. But at the end of week 4, after I played Dokes, I made a transaction, and I figured now would be the best time to let you guys know about it. So the transaction that I made, I kind of wanted to not really consult anybody about it. Normally I talk about everything with at least Eric or Burke or somebody, just because I might see something one way, but then they can look at my team and be like, oh, if you pick up that, your weakness is going to be through the roof on this. You don't want to do that. So I don't like to run stuff by people. I decided not to because I've gone a lot of this season without running anything by anybody. Week 1, I had a front office that I ran by my sets that I used in week 1, and didn't really use it after that in any of my other games. So I don't really think it's necessary for me to run anything by anybody anymore. I'm pretty confident in making this decision on my own. So I was looking at the matchups that I have ahead of me, and in short, I play Curum White twice. So I kind of wanted to grab something that could help me out with Curum White a little bit to make it so it's not as scary or as threatening to my entire team, or I could at least have a switch into it. That would be what I was hoping for. So I started looking around at my team, and I started to realize that I have a couple fat things. I have a couple things that can take hits, deal hits back, and just be ow and fat at the same time. I also realized that I have one Stealth Rocker. Well, 2 if you count Jirachi, but I've been using it so offensively and so diversely that just throwing Stealth Rock on it kind of sort of ruins a lot of the sets that I've been wanting to bring. So realistically, I just have Gligar. So I wanted to get Bulk, and I wanted to get a Stealth Rocker. And I started looking down at my roster, and I started looking at what would be necessary and what wouldn't be necessary throughout the season. And don't worry, I'm not about to drop Rufflet. I promise you, Rufflet is staying on the team for the entire season, no matter what. That thing is definitely coming to at least 2 games this season that I've already planned out. But I realized that Mega Bayonet really wasn't that useful in many games anymore. I also realized that Floatzel wasn't very useful anymore, so I kind of made an executive decision, and I dropped Mega Bayonet for Mega Audino. I said in my draft viability that Mega Audino kind of needs to be the only wall on the team so your team doesn't become setup fodder. Well, I have a Sylveon as my other wall, and I have Vaporeon that gets Roar as another wall, so I'm not worried about my team being setup fodder. It's really not that bad. Dear Jesus, I'm so sorry for that. That was like right next to my mic. I am so sorry. But any hooser. So I dropped Mega Bayonet for Mega Audino. Gives me a wall, gives me a Cleric, it gives me a Wish Passer. I don't have to Mega Evolve turn 1, so this gives me a way of switching in, wishing up, switching out, getting the Regenerator, and still having the Mega Audino aspect of like the fatness that I want. And it also gives me some really cool utility, like Thunderwave knockoff. It gives me another Calm Mind Sweeper, so I can kind of sort of, I can do a lot with Mega Audino. I know how to use it. It's my favorite Mega, for one of my favorite Megas for a reason, so I don't think this was a bad pickup for me. I think it fits my team very well. I do double up on the Fairy typing, however, what Sylveon does and what Mega Audino does, 2 completely different things. Sylveon can be Specs, be Ow, be completely destructificating, like every single time it comes in. there are very few switch-ins to it, to where Mega Audino can be fat, can set up, can wish stall, can toxic stall, can do a whole bunch of really cool things that I think my team needed, so I'm really happy with the pickup. Now what I think really helps out Mega Audino. Sorry about that, I got a phone call. Anyway, what I was saying was, my team is very well supported with Mega Audino. I have Wall Breakers, I have Darkrai, Hydreigon, Jirachi, and Victini, and Sylveon can all be considered wall breakers or offensive mons or offensive pivots or whatever you want to call them. They can all be very, very, very offensive. I have very good like just regular Volt Turn cores with Rotom. There's so much on this team that I love. But then Floatzel kind of looked at me and was like, hey, boss, I'm not going to be doing that much anyway, so just lay me off and bring in your boy Omastar, because then you get all 3 forms of hazards that I want. I want my Stealth Rocks, I want my Spikes, and I want my Toxic Spikes. Not only does this happen, looking at my team right now, I don't get much in the form of offensive setup. I get Calm Mind, I get Nasty Plot, Work Up, Power Up Punch, Acid Armor. I wanted Shell Smash. I wanted to be able to drop in my Omastar and be like, hey, you're threatened out. Either you switch out and I get up a free Shell Smash, or you attack me, I live it, and I get up a free Shell Smash anyway, and then I sweep your team. I wanted that offensive setup. I wanted the utility of having all 3 hazards. This also takes a little bit of pressure off of Gligar to always run hazards every single week. To where, like last week when I was battling Dokes, I needed him to run Stealth Rocks. I needed him to run Defog. I needed him to run Roost and Earthquake. I also needed him to run Toxic, Taunt, Rock Slide, and like 1,700 other moves. With Omastar now, it takes off so much pressure, and that just makes me feel so much better. And then the fact that I can bring them both on the exact same team. I can run Stealth Rocks on Omastar along with like 3 offensive moves, or Shell Smash 2 offensive moves, and then I can still have my Gligar sitting there and be just as good and make me just as happy. Or if I needed to, I could have like my Omastar just be a setup sweep with 3 attacks and then run standard Gligar. So I'm really happy with all of this. I'm really happy with this transaction. I've never used Omastar. Never once in my entire life. I never even looked at Omastar until I was looking around and I was like, okay, I want something that's another rocker. I want something that can be bulky or offensive and get set up. And I was looking down and I was looking at things like Seismitoad. I was looking at things like Wartortle. I was looking at Crustle, which was taken and I didn't even know was taken. Like, there was so much I was looking at, and then all of a sudden I was like, Omastar. And it hit me, and I was so happy with it. I'm really happy that we have Omastar. I'm really excited to use it. I'm using a nickname that my boy Bradioactive gave me. Cthulhu, I think is how it's pronounced. It's a very awesome nickname. It has a lot of mythology behind it. I love my nicknames that have mythology behind it. And then, of course, Mega Audino's nickname will always be Larry. Her name is always Larry, no matter what. And yes, that's right. Larry is a girl. If you have a problem with it, take it up with Human Resources, because Larry is a girl. Don't discriminate, kids. It's bad to discriminate. Anyway, guys, that's basically going to be it for this video. Just letting you guys know about the transaction. The fact that this is the bye week, and that's why I'm uploading this on Thursday. You will not be seeing a video, but next week we will be facing Sketchy Smeargle, so look out for the team builder on Thursday and the game on Friday. As usual, I might be trying a different layout for Friday's video just to see how it looks for an upcoming league. So let me know if you guys want to see that layout. Just always helps to have a little bit of feedback on everybody else's end. But yeah, with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys are happy with the changes, and I hope you guys are excited for the upcoming weeks. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.